Hey there, Leith here, and today's video was inspired by the team assignment. I'm going to kind of tie it into two because I want to use it as my bliss, but I'm also using it for my blog post that I'm going to do today on freedom. Freedom to me kind of got a new meaning a few years back after I'd broken my neck, because after becoming a quadriplegic, one of the biggest things was, okay, how do I do everything again? How do I learn everything again? How do I, the doctor said I'd never do anything again, and at the time I couldn't even roll over in bed, and it was like, wow, you go from being a very independent person, very strong person, strong-willed person, to being told that you'd be dependent on people for the rest of your life. And that wasn't me, so telling me never was probably the best thing they ever did, because you tell me never and I figured out how to do it. Through therapy, got to rolling over, got to transferring, got to getting in and out of the chair by myself, and then the biggest thing that came up after that was wanting to get my hand controls and driver's license changed over to the handicapped, the hand controls. And it was funny because it was a challenge, because I am a quadriplegic, but if you know me, if you've been around me, if you've seen me, I'm not your typical quadriplegic, because I don't act like I'm a quadriplegic, in fact, because when I went to go do the driving stuff down in Florida, they turned around and were like, well, she says, I don't take quadriplegics. I said, well, I was told specifically to call you because I'm not a typical quadriplegic. She says, well, I don't have a van. I said, you don't need a van. She said, you can transfer. I said, I can. It's like, okay. I did. I had to fight tooth and nail. And then went down. She made me do a couple of the skills to find out if I could handle the controls. So I passed all the tests like that, flying colors. Then went to go do the driving. The driving, it was funny because she was like, it can end up taking so many weeks, so many hours, and everything else. I completed the whole thing 2 different days within 2 hours. Everything from driving on the street to parking to you name it. But the other part of that too, though, is I wasn't afraid of hand controls. I've been, using snow plows and everything else half of my life. Before I got injured, I've got an F-250 4-wheel drive, 5-speed, and with the plow. So, to then turn around and get into a little car, even as a quadriplegic, it's like, okay, you got all this room when you're parking and everything else because you're so used to driving the big vehicles. So it was quite remarkable. And then I turned around, finished the class with flying colors, no problem. And she was even so sweet, and she was like, I wish all my students could be super women like you. And it was just, it was heartwarming and very encouraging. But I remember like it was yesterday, because I was so happy to know that I was getting that freedom, that I was going to be able to not have to rely on anybody, not have to wait till somebody had the time to take me somewhere or anything else, because that was horrible. Granted, I got a power chair, so I pretty much would go anywhere anyway, but it was nice to know that I could turn around and get in a vehicle, get in a van, and just go. So, waited till a weekend when I had time, went up to my mother's, who lived about 2 hours from where I was in Miami, and went up there to her place. We went to go do the stuff to get my license switched over. They made me do a little driving test. Same thing. Got back, and she was like, she is just absolutely amazing. I cannot believe, what she's doing for her abilities. So I've always excelled at everything I've tried. You tell me never, I'll figure it out. But that freedom to then turn around, have my driver's license again, get into a van and be able to pick up and go when you wanted, where you wanted, and everything else, that was probably the first major step of freedom that truly actually meant something, because it opened up a whole new window, and I got to travel. I got to go see my kids. I got so many things that I would have been restricted if I didn't turn around and try it and didn't turn around and do it. So I absolutely had to, and I am so proud that I did. And then it's quite neat, because then my husband that I have now, and he and I have been together almost 4 years now, and actually, yeah, a little over 4 years, and he's so supportive, because not only do I have my hand controls in my van, but I also have we also got hand controls put into the pickup truck that he drives all the time. All of our vehicles are both of ours, so we have the van, and then we also have the pickup, and I absolutely love the fact that I can drive anything we have. And I still have that freedom today, that if I want to go, I can go. So it really does. It's, you know, it's about setting those goals and making yourself do those things that you know you can, no matter if you're scared or not, and enjoy your freedom, whatever it is, and whatever means something of freedom to you, go get it. Love you. Bye.